welcome to another Turing Dev Talks. This is Jose, your host for the day, and I'm signing in from Montreal, Canada. And for our discussion today, I would like to welcome João. João is a software developer with more than 10 years of experience and has worked as a mobile developer and a full stack developer as well. He has worked on C++, JavaScript, TypeScript, and .NET. Okay, and apart of this technology, he has also worked on Android development, and that's our talk today. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. What can you tell us about this latest iteration of Android?
Okay, so Android 13 was unveiled in August this year, 2022, which brought some spice, to the Android community and ecosystem. Things like themed app icons, which extends the material dynamic colors. That means that now you only need to actually provide monochromatic app icons that can actually change colors and can adapt to whatever theme you're using on your app. We also have things like pair app language preference, which is something that actually makes it easier to support multilingual users. Before, what you could do, you were supposed to do, you would actually have to go to the phone settings to actually change the language of the app. But right now you have actually it on the app itself. So there's improved text support, which actually brings fast hyphenation, which optimizes hyphenation performance by as much as 200%. We have text conversion APIs, which makes searching and auto-completion faster. And then we also have improved line heights, which actually facilitates languages like Tamil and Burmese, which are non-Latin, and you normally need a height bigger than normal fonts. So for instance, if you write something in English with the same height, it will not necessarily appear as beautiful or as well as in other languages. We also have color vector fonts, which adds rendering support for color version 1. We have quick settings placement API, which makes it easier for users to discover and add tiles using a new tile placement API. We have programmable shades, and then we also have pretty impressive features such as Bluetooth low energy audio, which will actually facilitate the way we actually share information and then how we actually get access to news, which now you can actually subscribe to public broadcast. For instance, if someone is broadcasting public information, and then you just broadcast to that, and you will have access to the information. There is also better notifications, because one thing that actually makes people angry with Android sometimes is the way you actually accept notifications. And then with Android 13, there is a better notification runtime permission, which will actually make things a bit less frustrating for.
And without Android 12, come one of the operation system most significant UI revamps in years. Okay, with Material U, right? What has happened? Okay, what has happened on the design front this time around?
Okay, so Material U succeeds Google Material Design, which was unveiled in 2013 at the Google I/O, which is actually an overarching design system that was actually much needed. It actually brought consistency to Google digital products and allowed developers to easily build apps that look at home, on Android and the web. So what they are trying to do is create a standard in look and feel between you building your app for mobile, for native Android, and you're building your app for the web. So you actually, when you are on the Google ecosystem, you actually feel at home. So you don't really feel, okay, I'm on Android, it looks like that. And then I'm on the web, it looks like this. So what they're trying to do is they're trying to bring a standard across Android icons, which unfortunately is limited to Pixel phones. And I don't know if it will be available for other manufacturers. It brought more material, more theming options. So now you actually have better ways of theming up your phone. There's now an alternative lock screen clock setup. So now there's a better clock. I might say I saw that, and yeah, it's a better clock. And then also the now playing widget was updated to actually bring to give more power to the user to actually do more things while his phone is actually locked.
All right, but that was about Android 13, right? And when it comes to Android development in general, okay, what are its advantages and disadvantages?
Okay, so Android Inc. was founded in 2003, and then in 2005, Android Inc. was bought by Google. Currently, Android monthly has 200 million active users, as well as 2.6 Android applications uploaded onto the Play Store. Talking about advantages and disadvantages, which is actually normal in software and engineering, Android has the following advantages based on the studies I made and based on the experience. Things like graphics support, cost effectiveness, versatility, a high level of security, integrations options, broad market presence because of the ability of being cost effectiveness and then having low budget phones as well. Mm-hmm. Fast development process, Google Play Store options, and then it's open source. So it's a platform where every developer can actually work on and then submit needs of updates and changes. But with those advantages also comes disadvantages. Yes. Things like no one size fits all UI, which is because of the advantage of it being able to actually run in small devices, low cost devices. Your design might not fit. Let's say you are designing for a 7-inch screen. So it won't work, and actually the same design won't really adapt that well on a 2-inch or on a 3-inch device. There's also a lot of problems with API incompatibility. When new APIs are launched, most of the times it won't work with all APIs if you don't actually do proper configuration. Security issues, low visibility, copyright issues, which is mostly because of the way Android apps are tested into the Play Store or onto the Play Store. There's no really that manual testing, that thorough testing done on new Android apps. There's a low level or low user purchasing power. That's why most of there's majority of the apps onto the Google Play Store are free. And then the development process may be slow because of the way apps need sent to or uploaded into the Google Play Store. So, but in a nutshell, I can actually say that Android is a very nice development ecosystem, because right now you can actually choose between Java and Kotlin, which Kotlin follows more a functional way of programming, and Java, it's a more traditional, and then it's the most widely used language for Android development.
Yeah, Java is Java, right? But actually,
Yeah, true.
your comment was really great. All right, thanks for that. But I have a follow-up question. Okay, how do you deal with the rate of change in Android?
Right now, I can say that the rate of change is it's actually it's not that fast paced, because most of the times you don't really have a lot of APIs being released in a year. So you can actually cope in having, let's say, 2 updates or 3 updates per year, which you can actually follow up. So the rate of change in Android, I can say that it's not really fast, which allows you to actually understand how things are working out and then be ready for the next release.
Got you. All right. But now, John, we are talking about a lot of things, right? And I think our discussion would be incomplete today without talking about job opportunities, okay? About the job market for future Android devs. Do you think it will continue to grow in the future, or maybe they need to start learning something else?
The Android market will continue growing because of the one small reason. We're now going from big screens to small screens, or from big devices to small devices. So we now have things like watches and things like foldable phones, foldable TVs, and everything. So Android is mostly the operating system that I used on those devices. So let's say there is a lot of work to actually for Android developers. But one thing I always tell people and developers that actually that I know, is that we need to actually be able to reinvent ourselves the moment that new things come. And then when I started developing for Android, like in 2011, 2012, things were not the same as today. So today you have Kotlin. So back then we only had Android, and then our IDE was I started was Eclipse, and Eclipse was a nightmare. So now with Android Studio, like the design is actually faster, the development is faster, and then new tools will actually come. So people need to actually be ready to reinvent themselves to continue, relevant.
Yeah.
So that actually, that's the future.
Good words. Yeah, good words. And it's actually is really interesting. Okay. I'm sure to give our audience a good idea what to expect from this update. Right. And here I would like to call upon our senior developers who are willing to work remotely for companies in the US. Okay. We have jobs in over 100 plus technology, including React.js, React Native, Android, Java, Kotlin, PHP, and the list is so on. Okay. If you are confident with your skill sets, head to turing.com/jobs and apply now. Okay, so João, this has been a great discussion. Okay, I would like to thank you for sharing your valuable information. Okay, and I think it's time to bring our talk to a close. But before I let you go, could you please share some resource with our developers out there for learning, and a few tips on how they can prepare for future Android developer, to be Android developer, and also for Android interviews?
Okay, so there are very nice tools online, and then one of them is the actual official Android developer website, which is developer.android.com, and then /courses. So then there's guidelines there in how you actually go about Android developer interviews, how to start up in Android. Guru99.com /Android interview questions also has top questions. You can also go to javapoint.com. It also has Android interview questions there. Geek for Geeks, Kick for Geeks is it's Kick for Geeks, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a site that actually helps when you actually want to actually better your skills. And then also just do a search on Google, which is actually, you know, it's the top and the biggest search engine in the world, and it always has an answer for you. So just go to Google and then type Android interview questions. I know that people want to actually better their skills and then land a job. So what I always tell people is that get ready, and then you will actually land that dream job at one of the biggest startups, unicorns, or the top companies on the Silicon Valley. And
okay, so that was really, really, really helpful. Thank you a lot for sharing such valuable advice, Ron. And I hope our audience enjoyed this discussion as much as I did. Okay, I hope to see you again in the future.
Yeah, thank you, Jose, and I hope to see you too.
Okay, thank you. And to everybody else, that's a wrap from our side. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any queries, please feel free to drop us an email at support@turing.com. Okay, let us know in the comment below what you would like to learn in the following videos. Give us a big fat thumbs up if you enjoyed this video as much as I did. If you are not subscribed, you go down and press the red button. It's free. Subscribe to our channel, okay? And follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. We are all there, okay? Till then, stay safe, and I hope to see you all again. Take care.